Bonjour mon petit chifle, Amber here, and welcome to the first reading bullet journal video of 2021. Today, I'm going to be setting up my journal for 2021. So as we see here, I am just doing the ceremony of switching journals. My old journal is just the Leuchtturm something or other. It's like the copper one, and this one that I'm using is from Notebook Therapy, and I absolutely love this the witch design. This was one of the limited edition ones for Halloween, and now I'm using my brand new stampy stamps to just put my name in the journal and the year that I'll be using this journal in. And I really love these stamps with the black ink. That's important, and you'll see why soon. Okay, so our first thing to do is the actual 2021 opening page, and because it's the new year and it's still the 20s, I'm still going with it like Art Deco, Roaring 20s type look. I'd been saying so long I wish I had a gold pen instead of this like coppery pen, and then I found the gold pen like an hour later. And because this part seemed too empty, I just added a Langston Hughes quote: "Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly." And I've just really been loving this quote lately. I put it in my regular journal as well, and as the caption of my first Bookstagram post of the year. This design is kind of simple, but I still really love it, and I think it really sets the tone for the year. I will let you know that I went through this entire tape dispenser, glue dispenser thing before the end of this setup. I'm just adding a bit of gold washi tape. And then next I am setting up my books read through 2021 little bookshelves, which is where, you know, I draw out 60 books because, I draw out 60 books. My goal is to read 50 books, and then I just leave space for going over, because 9 times out of 10 I will. The last 2 years I've read closer to 60 plus books, and I fill them in along as the year goes along. Every time I finish a book, I fill a book in and write the title of the book. Last year I filled in the spaces between the books, but I just didn't have the energy or mindset to do it this year. Sorry. And I'm taking more black paper, which is going to be a running theme throughout this setup, and I'm ripping along the edges to give it that sort of messy-ish look, ripped paper look, and I'm using that for the title bit of this spread. And here's where I go in with the stamps again. And this time I'm using this gold ink, which I don't love, if I'm being honest. It doesn't pick up as well as I had hoped, but what are you gonna do? Also, absolutely love how I can't stamp things in a straight line. Maybe it's the lefty in me in the way, you know, I slant books when I write. Oh well. Okie dokie, so this spread is my 2021 anticipated reads spread. I printed out 21 books that I hope to read, that I want to read this year, and as I go along and read them, I will mark them off. once again, like I said, the ripped black paper is a running theme throughout here for I think actually all of my titles for each spread, and I try to incorporate the handwriting with the stamps. And then you'll see in a moment where I try to draw a cute little gold, almost vine. It kind more so like the glowing path vine string in the Taylor Swift Willow music video. That's kind of what I was going for, going through the books, but because of the glue it doesn't really show up, so I kind of just gave up on that. At this point I've taken off my rings because they were just really hurting with the cutting and all the drawing and whatnot. But like I said, I am now drawing little lines to mark off when I've completed each book on this TBR. I'll add the date or the star rating, I haven't decided yet. And now I'm just adding the dates of when each book comes out. And this spread is for the additional 2021 releases that I'm also excited about, but aren't necessarily in my top 21. You know, I just wanted a place for those two, and I'm putting these in more like a collage, sort of like if you watch Books with Chloe, her journal with Chloe, her Bujo setup had a similar spread, kind of inspired this one. But yeah, I'm putting the book covers in sort of like a collage format, and then just writing the titles separately. And I really like how this turned out, mostly because I really like the font that I decided to write in. Okay, another TBR spread. This one is for my general 2021 TBR, not books that are coming out this year. These are books that are already out. I've already read the first one on this list by the time this video goes up. And I'm doing this exactly like I did the 2021 anticipated list. And once again, I'm doing another additional TBR spread. These are just more books that I want to read this year, but aren't as high priority as the other list. And I've already read one on this list as well. A series of The Bad Beginning from A Series of Unfortunate Events. So these are, I'm probably going to speed through these spreads because they're all the same. They all have the basic black paper, gold stamped lettering, and washi tape setup. These are all the various book buying or book hauling trackers. This first one, I believe, is my books bought list. Because of how chaotic last year's booked hauled list was, I figured doing them in separate lists would be easier and better to look at. So I've separated them into, I think, 3 lists. And this is books bought, the first one. I messed up the stamping, so I had to glue down some additional black paper. And then after that, I believe this is books gifted. So where I'll keep track of books gifted. That's what that means, Amber. Whether they're sent to me from my wish list or from, I'm a Penguin teen influencer. So from Penguin, or, you know, for like Christmas or my birthday or whatever. And then this one, I believe this one is my spread for books received in book boxes. I am subscribed to Owlcrate and Fairy Loot, so I figure this is a good place to write down which books I get from them, as well as like special edition boxes I get. And like I have the Fake Rate We Free the Stars box coming soon. And then the last of these is my books unhauled spread. I really want to work on unhauling books more frequently in 2021. I just really don't have the space. I need space. And I know there are, off the top of my head, a handful of books that I am quite ready to be rid of. Now, and we also have my book recommendation list. I asked for book recommendations on Bookstagram, mostly to help with like reading goals. So this is where I'm going to keep those so I can have them in one place. Fun fact, this is the next day. I got so tired. It took 2 days to set up my 2021 reading journal. Love that for me. Oh, and this is my 2021 books, my 2021 reading goal spread. Last year I made like individual lists that I kept in the back pocket of my reading journal, where I tracked the books that I read that fell into the category of my reading goal. This year I thought I'd do it in the book itself, so I cut some more little strips of black paper, wrote down the goal itself, and then under that I will write down the books that I read that fall under each category. My main goals are to read more historical fiction, try some sci-fi. I want to read more adult books as always, read more indigenous literature, read some black staples or classics, and read more horror. I think that covers everything. Oh, and read more translated works. So now we have my Instagram and YouTube growth trackers. Last year I did it all on one page and it kind of got a little cluttered, so I just spread it out for 2 pages. Wrote down every month, and that's where I'll then write at the beginning of every month, my subscriber and or follower number and the goal by the end of the month. And And then under that I have my milestone tracker for both YouTube and Bookstagram, where every time I hit an important milestone, I will write it down. The current one I'm aiming for is 900 and then 1,000 followers and subscribers. So this is my videos to film list. I just write down as the title suggests, the videos that I want to film at some point in 2021. As you can see, I've started getting tired of the stamps. And at this point I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of the page, if I wanted to just leave it as is, or if I wanted to, like, how I wanted to list the videos. So the next spread is the 2021 readathon spread, where, yeah, I had to fix that also, where I just keep track of all the readathons I might participate in 2021. I'm not sure if I'm going to be active with readathons this year, because I don't know, sometimes it just gets to be a lot, but I just want to know which ones are coming up just in case I decide to jump into one. And next is one of my favorite spreads. I just really like how this turned out. I like how the one before this turned out too. And this is where I keep track of my favorite book of every month. That was one of my favorite things to do in my last bullet journal. This is where I will print out the book at the end of every month. Whichever book is my favorite will make it into the designated rectangle for the month. And I really like how this turned out, because as you'll see in a moment, I decided to stamp out the months instead of writing them. And like I said at the very beginning of this, I really like the stamps with the black ink. Then I'm just jazzing it up a little bit with some more washi tape. I have really gotten, I started going overboard with my washi purchasing right now. I would say it's embarrassing. It should be embarrassing. It's really not. And then this is another spread I really liked. This is my 2021 in photos. In bookish photos, I'll say, where I do this in my journal, where every month I'll add a photo that kind of is like either my favorite photo of the month, or really encapsulates, is that the word I'm trying? Sure. The month. And I figured I'd do a bookish version in my reading bullet journal, where I will probably insert my favorite Bookstagram photo of every month, or like favorite bookish photo if I start slacking on Bookstagram again, which I probably will. And once again, I'm just stamping the months in with my stamps. And I don't know why I decided to do the months in this order rather than like January, February, March, and April on one page, and then oh sure, Amber, it's fine, it doesn't even matter, it's fine though. And that is my 2021 reading journal setup. I actually really love how this turned out. It's nicer to look at than 2020. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you like these videos, please give this a thumbs up. If you like me, feel free to subscribe. All my places are down below, so you can follow me, I'll follow you back, and I'll see you soon with my January setup. Okay, bye!